Welcome back to The Person Everyone Needs. I am your host, Webb Hoggard, and today I am broadcasting from Greece. I have come to a missions trip here among the refugees on the Greek islands, and I'm here also with my friend Craig. And so Craig is going to have this conversation with me as well. But today was our first day that we actually got to go and do some ministry in the camps. So one of the reasons why we're on this trip is, I'll be honest with you, I've never really considered the refugees. I've never really even had a thought about it. And here in recent days, I've kind of had my mind, or as we would say, sometimes it feels like my nose has kind of been rubbed in it. Like I know so much more about the crisis that's been going on, those that are fleeing from other nations in terrible situations, the circumstances they enter into because of their willingness to leave where they're at, and what political pieces of the refugee circumstance it's been easy from a distance, but to know these people, they are human beings that deserve the same level of love as anyone else and care. And since being here at this camp, my mind has been just kind of overwhelmed. First of all, the first thing I was overwhelmed by, Craig, is how many people are here serving this group of people. There are people, thousands of people probably. I mean, it's only hundreds here, but thousands of people from and NGOs that have come to help with these refugees and these camps. People that have been completely displaced, but in the midst of that, there have been people that are doing what they can to add grace to the middle of the circumstance. And today we got to spend some time with one of those volunteers, and his name, what is his name, Craig?
His name was Yost.
Yost. Why do I keep forgetting his name? Yost is he did a great job. He's the maintenance guy out here. And I was asking him how long he'd been around. He'd been here for a couple of years, and his wife is here with him. And so I was asking him, how could he afford it? How is this even possible? And his answer to us was, those who serve others, for them, this is a luxury. And I just thought that was one of the coolest answers. And me and Craig have really been chewing on that the rest of the day. So I wanted Craig to say some things about this idea that it's a trait of the luxurious to be able to serve other people.
Yeah, and I was kind of in the same boat where I didn't really consider the refugees or even really have this kind of idea on my mind until I got here. And so what he said was really impactful to really help me realize what we're doing. I thought maybe it was enough to just do some good in this world and maybe even go overseas and do some good in this world. But even for us in a first world country like we're in, and the vast wealth that we have compared to everyone else in the world, instead of using that for ourselves, for going into debt, buying everything we want and all that, taking that opportunity where we have more than we need to give some of our time to show God's love to others.
Right. Like what a place of prominence that often when we think of rich, we think of our possessions. But I mean, I think a good probably definition of what it means to be rich or to have luxury is that we have enough to give away, and that could even be our time.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy put on hold 2 years of his family's life and that's the way I see it. Even when I just said it there, I just got caught because that's not what happened. Yes. I asked him about that. Was literally the question I asked, how could you put your family's life on hold for 2 years? And he was like, I gave 2 years to the refugees. That was his perspective.
Yeah, it's his honor. He's blessed enough to be able to do this. It's not even a sacrifice to him.
Right. A sacrifice implies that you don't get to have what you want, and this is the life that he wants.
Yeah.
To be able to help others, to be able to serve others, to find Jesus in the eyeballs of people who are fleeing their country. Being here in the camp, despite political leanings, being here in the camp, this is not politics. This is people.
This is people.
fleeing for their lives with their children, hopefully all of their children, and a lot of circumstances, heartbreaking stories we've heard since we've been here of absolute loss. But these people are giving their life to serve these people. And that's a noble, noble thing. And sometimes it's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
You know?
And even a lot of them, at first, a lot of the volunteers, I thought it was cool, but I noticed it seemed like a lot of them were in their mid-20s, not really establishing their careers or their families yet. And so I'm like, okay, well, I can see that. That's a good time for them to do this. But then we meet this guy, and that's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
We talked to him for quite a while before we realized he had a family here too, and that just, wow.
Yeah, right. And I kind of pegged him. I was kind of pushing him to say, why he was out. I even asked him, would he consider himself a missionary? And he said, no, I'm just doing what God called me to do. Like, that's literally the level of perspective that he had on the circumstances. I'm being obedient.
Yeah.
And his answer was, it's a luxury to serve others.
Yeah.
It reminded me of a scripture from Timothy. Did you look that one up?
Yeah, 1 Timothy 6, 17 and on. As for the rich in this present age, charge them not to be haughty, nor to set their hopes on the uncertainty of riches, but on God, who richly provides us everything to enjoy. They are to do good, to be rich in good works, to be generous and ready to share. Thus storing up treasure for themselves as a good foundation for the future, so that they may take hold of that which is truly life.
They may take hold of what is truly life.
Yeah.
So true life is that which we give away. It is not the essence to which we enjoy or indulge or get everything that we want. It is in that part. True life is in what we give away. Good night. Mm-hmm. Which we're in Greece, so everything is about the ground. They're known for their Mediterranean food, and they're known the olive and all these kinds of things, and all of the fruit of all of these trees. Every place we've gone, there's either been lemons or oranges or the fruit of everything. The fruit is never for the tree. The fruit is given.
Yeah.
The tree has never enjoyed its own fruit. Like, what is the service part of the tree is for others, not for itself. And that's the same thing for humans.
Yeah.
Like, true blessings in life is not that which we indulge for ourselves. True blessing in life is that which is only for others. And that's what it is to be rich. Be rich in good works. Man, I just... Craig, you got another thought on this? Because, I just could not get that off my mind. It is an act of luxury to serve others.
Yeah, same. Verses like this, I don't know how to apply them to my life, but hearing this circumstance like this really brings it to life for me, that's what we are to be rich in, the good works. And we can be rich in possessions, and we use that to serve others, like you said.
Right. Yeah. Being rich in our time is to give our time away.
Yeah.
To be rich in finances is to be willing to give it away, give that away, To be rich with our relationships is to do what we can in our relationships to help others. Like, it genuinely, the life of the rich is being the person that everyone needs.
Yeah.
Like that's what the essence, like this week, I don't know that I hope we encouraged Yost some, but I know he encouraged me.
Yeah.
It was a blessing to be there. Today we handed out food to a bunch of folks that we've never met, and we fixed some doors throughout, and that was an interesting thing too, wasn't it? Like, we went to one place that needed one door fixed, and before we could finish that door, someone came and asked us to go fix another door, and there was like 6 different doors that we ended up fixing today, it's kind of the way of service, isn't it? Like, be obedient in the one thing that you know in front of yourself, and there'll be other doors open to you for opportunity.
Yeah. And it was almost like he never knows what the day will hold in his job there, but those things continue to pop up, and we can do that as well, because we didn't even know what we would be doing here, or necessarily why we were coming here. And we took that step of faith, and then just things happen. If we be faithful to God in one thing, you never know what can come beyond that.
Right. Just take one step at a time.
Yeah. We
We don't have to have the whole plan. We don't have to know what's big. We just have to do the next right thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to close with the door thing, because that was fascinating to me. These people have lost everything. They lost their homes. They've lost their family of origin. Sometimes, some of them lost children in the run. They've lost so much, and yet, so here they are all on this camp together, and they are asking us to repair their door, because their door represents privacy, which they don't have much of because they're on this big old camp with a whole bunch of other people. Mm-hmm. And the other thing the door represents is safety, security.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever really considered the importance of a door, because I've never had that many doors with issues, right? Like, it just isn't an issue for me. But I was reminded today, as these people were so concerned about having the security and the safety and the privacy of these doors, them needing them so bad, and they need them to be functional. It reminded me that Jesus said, I'm the door. Like, he is the only one that can give us security, safety, privacy with all the things that we are. And so when Jesus says to us, I am the door, he knew that. And it's like the gospel is more palatable to those who don't have much.
Yeah.
That, the most important thing that sometimes you have is the ability to be safe behind your door. Mm-hmm. Anyway, well, we need to log off here, Craig. But what an incredible first day here in Greece, and I appreciate you doing this episode with me. And maybe we'll have another thought before we leave here in the next few days.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, this has been The Person Everyone Needs, and I believe that's you. You today are the person that someone needs, so go and be that.